Welcome everyone. In this session, we will see what is a percentage differential relay. So in our previous video, you might have seen I have discussed about a simple differential protection scheme. The main disadvantage of this simple differential protection scheme is that there is a chance of the relay to operate when there is external fault. That is mainly due to errors in the CT. So that is why the simple differential protection scheme is slightly modified in order to obtain a percentage differential protection scheme or a percentage differential relay, which is otherwise known as biased differential relay, which will not operate for any external faults or through faults. So if you observe here, there is a slight modification in the diagram, schematic diagram of simple differential and percentage or biased differential relay. In simple differential relay, you don't have this restraining coil, whereas in the case of percentage differential relay, you have two coils. One is the operating coil and the other one is the restraining coil. The restraining coil has the number of turns which is equal to NR. So restraining coil has the number of turns equal to NR. So this NR is exactly split into two, that is NR by 2 and NR by 2, and in between these two the operating coil is connected across the pilot wires. So this is the overall schematic of your percentage differential relay. So as you can observe in this restraining coil which is connected to the CT1, the current flowing through it is I1S. Similarly, the current flowing through this restraining coil which is connected to the CT2, the current flowing through it is I2S. Then the differential current or the spill current which is flowing through this operating coil is I1S minus I2S. Okay, and most important of all is in this we are not going to set any preset value or pickup value. The relay is completely going to operate based on the torque which is developed by this restraining coil and the operating coil. So the relay will operate. The relay will operate only for internal faults, that too when the operating torque produced is greater than the torque produced by the restraining coil. So if the operating torque is more than the restraining torque, then only the relay is going to operate. So if we consider, so we have considered the number of turns of the restraining coil as NR. Similarly, the number of turns of the operating coil we will consider it as N0. Okay. So what is the torque? Torque is nothing but the ampere turns. Torque is nothing but the ampere turns. So ampere turns on the left hand side, ampere turns of the left hand section, that is left hand means CT1, left hand section of the restraining coil is ampere turns I1S into NR by 2. Similarly, if we take ampere turns of the right hand section of the restraining coil, we can write it as I2S into NR by 2. So what is the total ampere turns of the restraining coil? total ampere turns of the restraining coil is I1s plus I2s into NR by 2, or so the total ampere turns of the restraining coil, we can even write it as NR into I1s plus I2s by 2. So this I1s plus I2s by 2, we call it as through current, or we call it as restraining current, through current or restraining current. And this is nothing but the average current of the secondary currents of the two CTs, that is CT1 and CT2. So we can write this IR restraining current as I1s plus I2s by 2. Now the ampere turns of the operating coil. So the ampere turns of this operating coil is nothing but N0 into I1s minus I2s. So if we neglect this spring, the relay will operate when the ampere turns provided, that is the operating torque is provided by the operating coil is greater than the restraining torque. Okay, ampere turns of the operating coil is greater than the ampere turns of the restraining coil, that is N0 into I1s minus I2s should be greater than NR into I1s plus I2s divided by 2. Or we can say that I1s minus I2s is greater than NR by N0 into I1s plus I2s by 2. Or ID is nothing but differential current. Differential current is I1s minus I2s. It should be greater than K into IR. IR is restraining current. So this K is nothing but NR by N0. It is called as slope, or it is called as bias. So when the relay will be on the border of operation, when this I1 of S minus I2 of S will be equal to NR by N0 into I1S plus I2S. So the ratio of the differential current, that is ID, by the restraining current is nothing but a fixed percentage. IR is a fixed percentage and it is equal to K. So this K is expressed in terms of percentage. That is why this relay is called as the percentage differential relay, or known as biased differential relay. So usually we set the slope of the relay as in terms of percentage, as I told you, usually 10%, 20%, 30%, 200% likewise. So depending upon the slope or the bias, that is value of K, the relay characteristics is going to vary. So if we have a plot of the through current or the restraining current along the x-axis and the differential current along the y-axis, you can see that this line is corresponding to the percentage differential relay with a slope of 40%, whereas this dotted line is the characteristics of simple differential relay. This line is the internal fault characteristics for a slope of 200%, and this one is external fault. Okay, this is this is the external fault characteristics. Now any current above this characteristics, the relay is going to trip. Below this, it is going to block. Similarly, if you observe for a simple differential relay, this is the pickup value. This is the pickup value. So this pickup value above this will trip, and below this it will block. Okay. Now, if you observe here, there is a point that where the internal characteristics has joined the percentage differential characteristics. So this point is IF minimum. Similarly, we have intersection of the relay characteristics with external characteristics. The point is IF dash maximum. So beyond this IF dash maximum, if the relay operates, it is treated as small operation. Whereas IF dash minimum is the minimum value of current for which the relay is going to operate. So between this IF dash minimum and IF dash maximum, the relay is going to operate. So that is what this characteristic says. So based on this IF dash and IF dash maximum and IF dash minimum, we defined a parameter called as a stability ratio. So this stability ratio is given by IF dash maximum divided by IF dash minimum. So based on this maximum value and minimum value, we can set our stability ratio. So stability ratio, which is S. So we have different types of percentage differential relay. One is fixed percentage type and the other one is variable percentage type. The fixed percentage type differential relay will have percentage tappings on the restraining coil to fix the bias value. Okay, whereas in the case of variable percentage differential type, they do not have percentage taps on the restraining coil. Okay, so we have two types of settings for a differential relay, that is a basic or sensitive setting, and the second one is bias setting. In the case of basic or sensitivity setting, it is nothing but the minimum current in the operating coil with which the relay is going to operate. So this percentage, it is usually expressed in terms of percentage. So we can say that this bias setting or percentage basic setting, not bias setting, percentage basic setting is minimum current in the operating coil only to cause operation divided by rated current of the coil, rated current of the operating coil. Okay, rated current of the operating coil. So typical values of this basic setting might be 10 to 20% for generator and 20% for transformer. Next is bias setting. In the case of bias setting, what we are going to set is, we are going to set the ratio of turns, that is NR by N0 we are going to set. So in this bias setting, we get set K, which is again expressed in terms of percentage. So this K is nothing but NR by N0. Okay, K is nothing but NR by N0, or that K we can write it as I1S minus I2S divided by I1S plus I2S divided by 2 into 100. This is the bias settings. So here you can observe this is a balanced voltage differential protection scheme, which is again used to protect the generator. Here you can have two CTs again, and the secondaries of these CTs, they are connected in such a way that under normal operating conditions and during external faults, that is through faults, the secondary currents of the CTs on two sides, they oppose each other. You see the connection, cross connection. So it is the secondary currents will oppose each other, and in turn the voltage will be balanced. But whenever there is an internal fault, the differential current will flow through the system, and therefore the current, the relay is going to operate. Okay, whenever the current which is flowing through it exceeds the pickup value. So this is how we can achieve a balanced voltage differential protection. So this is about the percentage differential protection scheme, which is used especially to protect the transmission lines. Thank you.